Hey guys, Brad Drathrorol here, and once again I am joined by my spouse,
Hello.
and it is Valentine's Day, or at least it's Valentine's Day, the day that this is uploaded. And, what better way to celebrate the day of love than rating some cards, specifically some waifu cards, because everybody loves waifus. So, once again, we will be playing what is essentially a game of good, bad, and broken. Excuse me. As a reminder, a good card, what is considered to be a good card, is anything that has been competitively viable at any point. It doesn't have to be now, it can be sometime in the past. If it ever saw competitive play, it is considered to be good. Bad is any card that has never seen competitive play at all. And then broken is any card that has been forbidden on the ban list. So, yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to our first card.
Harpy Lady. This human-shaped animal with wings is beautiful to watch, but is deadly in battle.
Yep. So, once again, we've got 20 cards here, and I've got them all in order of release date. So yeah, all right. Anyway, what's your thoughts on Harpy Lady?
Bad.
Okay, why do you think it's bad?
Just seems so basic.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a normal monster, so it doesn't really do much of anything, and yeah, it's bad. Harpy Lady did actually see meta play at one point during one format, but even in the Harpy deck, they never ran Harpy Lady. So, yeah, they opted to run other cards that treat themselves as Harpy Lady, but never actually Harpy Lady. But yeah, so yeah, that's that. Nobody played Harpy Lady. All right, next one.
Gemini Elf. Spellcaster normal. Elf twins that alternate their attacks.
Yep. All right. What do you think for this one?
I'm gonna say it's a good card.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Because it looks fancy.
Because it's all sparkly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it didn't see much competitive play at the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh, but it saw some competitive play at the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh because it was a 1900 beater, and that was kind of the highest attack stat on a normal monster, and nothing beat it for a long time. So yeah, it didn't see much play, but it did see some play. So, yep. All right, next one.
Dark Magician Girl. Gains 300 attack for every Dark Magician or Magician of Black Chaos in the GYs.
All right.
I'm gonna guess she's a bad card.
Yeah. Dark Magician has never been competitively viable. Well, okay, Dark Magician decks have never been competitively viable. Technically, Dark Magician itself has seen competitive play, but not because it's Dark Magician, just because it's a Garnet. But anyway, the point is, yeah, Dark Magician Girl sucks. Because the Dark Magician deck sucks. But anyway, alright, next one.
Elemental Hero
Burstinatrix.
A flame manipulator who has the elemental hero woman. Her burst fire burns away villainy.
Who was the first elemental hero. But, alright. Anyway.
I'm gonna guess this is a good card.
Okay, why is that?
Just seems pretty decent.
What are you looking at that makes her seem decent?
Why do you ask me this?
I don't know. She has lower stats than Harpy Lady.
I don't flipping know. I'm just guessing.
Alright. Anyway, no, she sucks. She sucks too.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, next one. This one is a they-them waifu. We're being inclusive here.
Cannot be destroyed by battle. You can no take battle damages from battles involving this card. Before damage calculation, if this face-up attack is... Can you read it?
Okay. Cannot be destroyed by battle. You take no battle damage from battles involving this card. Before damage calculation, if this face-up attack position card is targeted for an attack, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that attacking monster's attack. Once per turn during your end phase, tribute one other monster or destroy this card. When this card is destroyed, except by its own effect, its owner can special summon one Yubel Terror Incarnate from their hand, deck, or graveyard. So basically, can't be destroyed by battle, and if it's attacked by your opponent's monster, your opponent takes the damage instead of you, and when it's destroyed, except by its own effect, because it's got a maintenance cost, then it summons its higher form. There are 3 tiered forms to this card, but anyway.
Broken.
Okay. Well, when this card came out, it sucked. It was so bad, so bad. But eventually, it got support that made it meta. But this card never got banned. In fact, none of the cards got banned. The most powerful card in the deck got limited on the most recent ban list. As this deck was one of the best 3 decks in not this format, but the previous format. And this is the deck that I ran. Excuse me. And I actually liked Yubel before it was meta. So yeah, it's a good card. Not broken, but good. Alright. Next one.
Tour Guide from the Underworld. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 3 fiend monster from your hand or deck, but negate its effects. It can also be used as a synchro material.
Also cannot be used as synchro material.
Oh. I'm gonna guess it's a bad card.
This card's really good.
Okay.
Yeah. It not as soon as it saw play, because it was released in the set right before Xyz Monsters came out, but as soon as Xyz Monsters came out in the next set after this card was released, it saw play immediately, because it was an immediate, like, automatic rank 3. You normal summon it, and then you get another guy, and then you overlay for a rank 3, and yeah, this card has been good for a very long time. It's been limited off and on. It never got banned, but it's been a good card for a long time. Nowadays, it's a little power crept, but I mean, like, if you are running a deck that plays with level 3 fiends, particularly Burning Abyss loves this card. Yeah. But anyway, speaking of Burning Abyss,
I can't read that.
Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal.
2 level 6 monsters. You can also Xyz summon this card by sending one Burning Abyss monster from your hand to the GY, then using one Dante monster as material. Transfer materials to this card if summoned this way following the effect. You might just want to read the longer ones.
If summoned this way, the following effect cannot be activated this turn. Once per turn, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, send one card from your deck to the graveyard. If this card in your possession is destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Burning Abyss monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions.
I'm an auditorial learner, so that makes a lot more sense being heard rather than
read.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, we gotta have you read it, because then you won't say anything the whole video.
I'll say whether it's good or bad, or...
Well, we gotta balance it out. I can't just be yapping the whole time. Anyway, so do you think this...
Good card.
Good? You're right, it is a good card. So good, in fact, that it's been banned recently. Uh, so basically, because it can send anything from the deck to the graveyard, the graveyard setup is just too good, and it's just too easy to get into, and especially now with the Fiendsmith engine running about. Um, yeah. So anyway, but yeah, this card has been good for a long time, and it was only a matter of time before something abused it to where it would eventually get banned. This card was kind of a ticking time bomb. But anyway, so Dante dodged the ban list, but his wife didn't. Yeah. And then tour guide from the underworld. Some people make the joke that she's Dante's side piece because she makes Dante. Yeah. But anyway, all right. Anyway,
Zodiac
Drident.
Dridents. Okay. 4 level 4 monsters. Once per turn, you can also XD summon Zodiac Drident by using one Zodiac monster with a different name with the Xyz material. If used for an Xyz monster, any Xyz attached to it becomes an Xyz material on this card. The card gains attack and defense equal to the attack and defense of the Zodiac monsters attached to the materials once per turn. Either player's turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card and then target one face up on the field, then destroy it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that's a good card.
Yeah, it's a good card. So good that it's been banned twice. Although the second time was completely unnecessary. Like, it took the fall. So, it took the fall for a new archetype that was recently released. That was just running it for the sake of running it, and because it was good in the deck, and because they didn't want to hit any of the new cards because they wanted to make their money and sell more stuff, sell the new stuff. This card took the hit instead. So honestly, it is fine to come back. It should have been back a while ago. It should have never been banned a second time in the first place. But yeah, it's been banned twice. So yeah. The first time, however, I mean, Zodiac was a tier 0 format. Meaning that everyone was playing Zodiac. It was kind of the only deck to be playing at the time. And I mean, of the tier 0 formats, this is one of the ones that's looked at more fondly because, Zodiac is A, a fun deck, and B, the matches were very skill intensive as opposed to being very sacky. So, but yeah. Alright, next one.
Trickstar Cantina.
Yeah.
When this card is normal summoned, you can add one Trickstar card from your deck to your hand. Each time your opponent activates a spell/trap card, inflict 200 damage to them immediately after it resolves.
Okay.
It's a good card.
Yeah, it's a good card. Trickstar was meta pretty much throughout the entirety of Link format up until Light Stage got limited, and then after that it didn't really do much of anything. But yeah, it was a good deck for a good chunk of time. All right, next one.
Sky Striker Ace Ray.
All right, I'll read this one for you since it's pretty wordy. All right.
Thanks.
All right. Quick effect. You contribute this card. Special summon one Sky Striker Ace monster from your extra deck to the extra monster zone. While this card is in your graveyard, if a face-up Sky Striker Ace Link monster you control is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card. You can only use each effect of Sky Striker Ace Ray once per turn.
I'm gonna probably say this is a broken card.
Well, a card in the archetype was broken enough to get banned, but not this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Sky Striker was it was one of the 4 decks of Toss format and was good for a long time. It's it still occasionally sees rogue play now, but this is a very, very fan favorite archetype. Like this is probably like number one on the list of waifus of Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, number two, because Dark Magician Girl is Dark Magician Girl, but Ray is like, everybody's like, oh my god, I love Ray, and everybody's got like sleeves and play mats and deck boxes and dice and like, yeah, Ray's got quite a fan base. In fact, she has a lore manga.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's that popular. The Sky Striker archetype is that popular. So yeah, but yeah, it's a good card. It's a good card. One of the cards in the archetype got banned, but not her.
Okay.
But anyway, all right, next one.
Galatea.
Galatea, the Orchest Automaton.
3 monsters, including the
Two.
Orcus. Sorry, 2 monsters, including the Orcus monster. This link card cannot be destroyed in battle. You can target one of your banished machine monsters, shuffle it into the deck, then you can set one Orcus spell trap directly from your deck. You can only use this effect of
Galatea,
the Orcus automation, once per turn.
Yep. So this one's a robot wife.
Okay, I'm gonna guess she's a good card.
Yeah. She was part of another one of the decks in TOS format called Orchest. And again, one of the cards in the archetype was banned, but not her. And yeah, Orchest was probably the best deck in TOS format. But and yeah. So yeah, just a good card. All right, next one.
I'll let you read this one.
Okay, Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. All right, 2+ monsters with different names except tokens. So how Link monsters work is, you send the materials to the from the field to the graveyard, and if you have a Link monster, it can be treated as a number of materials equal to its Link rating. So this is a Link 4. Normally it would require 4 monsters, but it requires a total of 4 materials, but it only requires 2 or more materials. So you could do like 2 Link 2s for it. But anyway, okay. You can only control one Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. The original attack of this card becomes 800 times the number of Link materials used for its Link summon. Once per chain, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can make this card lose exactly 800 attack, and if you do, negate the activation.
I'm gonna guess this is a bad card.
Why do you say that it's bad?
I'm just guessing.
Okay. Is it because she's not cute?
No, it's because it made my head hurt.
Alright. Well, this card is actually a good card. So good that it's banned. So it's broken.
Do you like her polar bear, though?
Yeah, she got the bear. She riding the polar bear.
Next one?
It's a cute bear. Yeah. Alright. IP Masquerena. Do you want to read this one? Does this one seem like it's not all that wordy? Or do you want me to take this one?
2 non-Link monsters. During your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect immediately after this effect resolves. Link summon 1 Link monster using materials that you control, including this card. You can only use the effect of IP Masquerena once per turn. A Link monster that uses this card as a material cannot be destroyed in your opponent's card effects.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess this is a good card.
Yep. Still sees competitive play now. I want to say this came out in 2019, 2020-ish. Maybe 2021. But yeah, this came out a few years ago and is still seeing regular play, like, right now. So, yep. This one's also another one where the fan base is strong. It's debatable as to whether or not she should actually be banned, but I think the only reason why she's not banned is because people like her too much. But anyway, all right, on to the next one. All right.
Can you read it?
Sure. Evil twins Kisakil and Leela. Alright. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by tributing 2 link monsters. If this card is special summoned, you can activate this effect. If your opponent controls 3 or more cards, they must send cards to the graveyard so that they only control 2 cards. You can only use this effect of Evil Twins Kisakil and Leela once per turn. While you have a Kisakil monster in your graveyard and you have a Leela monster in your graveyard, this card gains 2200 attack and defense.
I'm gonna guess that this is a broken card.
Okay. Well, the deck is good, but they don't play this.
Oh, so this is bad.
Yeah, this is bad.
It seems pretty cool, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the theme for this one is it's VTubers that that are also secretly thieves. Yeah, and so this is their real life forms, and then the main deck, the other main deck monsters are like their virtual avatars, and then are their VTuber models, and then the link monsters are them in real life in their, you know, thief getup.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so the deck itself is good, but they don't run this because it's too situational and unnecessary and kind of a brick, and so just due to consistency they don't run this. All right, next one.
Underwater Goddess of the Closed World. 4+ effect monster. You can also use the monster if your opponent controls materials to link summon this card. If this card is link summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. The link summoned card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects, unless the target hits this card. Once per turn, your opponent's attacks activates a card effect to special summon monsters from the GY quick effect. You can negate the activation.
Okay, so
I don't understand.
Okay, so it requires... It's a Link 5, so it requires a total of 5 material, but a minimum of 4 monsters. You can use one of your opponent's monsters as one of the material.
Oh.
And then once it's summoned, it negates the effects of all your opponent's monsters that they've currently got on the field. And then it's also unaffected by your opponent's card effects unless they target. So it can be targeted by your opponent's card effects and it'll be affected, but if the card effects don't target, then for example, if your opponent activates Mirror Force, this card won't be affected. But if your opponent activates what was it? What's an example that you know that targets?
It's fine.
Icarus Attack. If your opponent targets this with Icarus Attack, then it will be affected. And then finally, if your opponent activates a card or effect that summons a monster from the graveyard, you can negate it.
I'm gonna guess that this is a good card.
Yep, it's a good card. People call this the White Woman Jump Scare. Because on Master Duel, when they're linking off all their stuff, and then one of your monsters suddenly goes to the graveyard, and then the summon animation for this card pops up, and it's like, ah! it's the white woman jump scare. People call it. But anyway, all right, next one.
Tearlaments.
Kitkalos.
Kitkalos.
And this one's pretty wordy, so I'll read this one for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Alright, so this one's a fusion monster, and its materials are a Tearlaments monster plus 1 aqua monster. How fusion summoning works requires a spell or monster effect, typically, but anyway, not important for right now. Alright. If this card is special summoned, you can take 1 Tearlaments card from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You can target 1 monster you control, special summon 1 Tearlaments monster from your hand or graveyard, and if you do, send the targeted monster to the graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can send the top 5 cards of your deck to the graveyard. You can only use each effect of Tearlaments Kitkalos once per turn.
I'm going to say she's a good card.
She is a good card. So good that she's banned. Yep. So she's not just banned, she's part of what many people consider to be the best deck of all time. Yeah. Tearlaments is a really, really powerful deck at full power. It's extremely consistent, and the mirror matches are kind of skill intensive, but like it's I don't know how to describe it. It's just so strong, and like so many effects are happening. Really long chain links. Like, so many effects are going off in a single chain, let alone a single turn, and it's happening on both players' turns, and the mirror match is, like, really hard to keep track of, and while skill-intensive is just really demanding, and, like, it's just a really strong deck, and probably the best deck of all time. Like, if Tearlaments was at full power, then no matter what the meta deck is currently, it would not compare. Like, it's still so strong. The deck is still so strong. And the reason why this card is banned is because it enables almost everything. Like, Tearlament without this card is still functional, but not good. You know?
No.
Okay.
But it's okay. The audience will get it.
Yeah, excuse me. Yep. Yeah, the mermaid waifu is too good to be around. Alright, next one.
This is one you can read again.
Okay. Alright.
Pretty wordy.
Lovely Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects in response to the activation of your normal trap cards. You can only use each effect of the following effects of Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle once per turn. You can target 1 normal trap in your graveyard, set it to your field, but it cannot be activated unless you control a fiend monster. If another monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect, except during the damage step, you can destroy 1 card in your opponent's hand at random or on their field.
Okay. I'm going to guess that this is another good card.
Yep. Yeah. Labyrinth doesn't see much play now, but it does come up often. Like, ever since its release, it has come up in the Yu-Gi-Oh meta. It's one of the few decks that really takes advantage of trap cards, because trap cards nowadays are typically too slow for the game, but modern trap-focused strategies such as Labyrinth are one of the few ways that you can really take advantage of trap cards still. And yeah, it's a waifu deck. There are a lot of waifus in this deck, not just this one.
Nice.
Same with the previous one, the Tearlaments. But
I remember you recommending this deck to me.
I don't remember that, but okay.
You said once it got better.
Yeah, I could see that.
You said that it was a good mid-ground deck.
Yeah, mid-range, yeah. Alright, next one.
Another wordy one.
Yeah, we're in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything's gonna be wordy.
For you, for Valentine's Day, I will attempt this.
Well, just read the name and then I'll read the effect.
Yeah, the problem is that whenever I start reading it, it just turns into words mentally because I'm reading it.
Yeah, just read the name and like the stats and all that, and then I'll read the actual effect. How's that?
Diabellstar, the Black Witch.
Yep. It's a dark level 7 spellcaster with 2,500 attack and 2,000 defense. Alright, here's the effect. You can special summon this card from your hand by sending one card from your hand or field to the graveyard. You can only special summon Diabellstar the Black Witch once per turn this way. You can only use the effects of the following... Wait. You can only use each of the following effects of Diabellstar the Black Witch once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can set one Sinful Spoils spell or trap directly from your deck. During your opponent's turn, if this card is sent from its owner's hand or field to the graveyard, you can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon this card.
Okay, I'm gonna guess that this is another good card.
Yep. It's part of the... so you know how I said that Yubel was one of the 3 best decks of the previous format that we were in? This was part of the best deck of that format. There were 3 best decks, but one of them like kind of slightly inched above the other 2. She's part of the best deck, and she's part of the current ongoing lore that's going on. Like she's the main character of the current lore, which involves Sinful Spoils, Snake Eyes, White Woods, Goblin Bikers. It's a whole cinematic kind of deal. The lore's ongoing right now. It should be ending fairly soon, and yeah, she's the main character, which is why she's a popular waifu, but also she's a popular waifu because she was part of the best deck of last year. Like all of last year. So alright, on to the next one. Alright.
SP Little Knight.
Alright. Dark Warrior Link effect, 1600 attack, Link 2. 2 effect monsters. If this card is Link summoned using a fusion, synchro, Xyz, or Link monster as material, you can target one card on the field or in either graveyard. Banish it. Also, your monsters cannot attack directly this turn. When this card activates a card when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including a monster you control. Banish both until the end phase. Excuse me. You can only use each effect of SP Little Knight once per turn.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Were you appreciating the art or something?
Yeah. I mean, they are very pretty cards.
Yeah.
I'm also just thinking.
Oh, okay. All right. What you thinking?
I'm gonna think it's a good card.
Yep. Sees this is a staple that sees extra deck play in pretty much every deck, along with IP Masquerena. she's actually in the same lore as IP Masquerena, and for that reason, combos really well with her. So basically, you summon IP Masquerena, use her effect to summon SP Little Knight on your opponent's turn, and make SP Little Knight indestructible. And yeah, it's good synergy, and you know, 2 waifus you get to run in your extra deck. But anyway, and they're part of the same lore. So yeah. All right, next one.
That's a really cool looking one too.
Yee. All right.
Promethean Princess Bestower of Flames.
Yep. All right. So a Fire Fiend Link effect. Attack 2700, and it's a Link 3. You cannot special summon monsters except fire monsters. You can only use each effect of the following effects of Promethean Princess Bestower of Flames once per turn. During your main phase, you can special summon 1 fire monster from your graveyard. Oh, that's the end of the sentence. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can target 1 fire monster you control and 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy them, and if you do, special summon this card.
I'm gonna guess this is a bad card.
Alright. Why do you say that?
Because I know you. You trip me up with cards that seem like they would be good every once in a while, and we haven't hit a bad one in a while.
Well, we kind of just front-loaded all the bad ones at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know,
so this is a good card.
Yeah, it's a good card. So, because we're going in release order, so all the bad cards are at the beginning, and then all the modern, really good cards are towards the end. So it's basically, hey, is this card good or broken? So, but yeah, this card is good. It was part of the same deck as that Diabelle Star was in. She's not part of the lore. She was, but she was run, you know, in the extra deck because of synergy, because it was fire based. Last year was the year of the fire, or the year of fire. But yeah, so basically she's an auto include in pretty much every fire deck.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right.
Last one.
And well, actually, technically, she was the last one. This one's a bonus one.
Extra credit, SpongeBob! The extra credit!
Because if you watch the anime,
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Blue Eyes White Dragon turns out to be a woman. So, technically, this should be at the front, but you know, I decided to save it at the end as a bonus.
This legendary dragon is a powerful engine of destruction. Virtually invincible. Very few have ever faced this awesome creature and lived to tell the tale. I'm still gonna say that it's a bad card, but I do know that I got an upgrade recently, which makes it a good card.
Well, the new support isn't out yet. It's coming later this month. I want to say later this month.
But it's just outdated, right?
Well, here's the thing. Even in old Yu-Gi-Oh, it was never good. Because, you know, it's too much of an investment. It doesn't have an effect. However, in 2016, it got support that actually made it meta. And it actually won Worlds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, Blue Eyes White Dragon is technically a good card. And it's going to be a good card again coming up here in a few weeks.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So, yeah, Blue Eyes has a huge fan base, and unlike Dark Magician, Dark Magician players can't catch a break, but Blue Eyes players, every once in a while, they eat good. they get support that, you know, actually makes their deck meta. So, alright, well, what did you think?
That was fun. It's always a blast with you.
Okay. Well, oh.
We can get a Sasuke.
Alright, hang on.
That's my kitty. He does not like being held. But say hello, Sashka.
He doesn't want to say hello either.
No.
Alright.
And one more, I can grab a hoacher. It's your baby.
Oh, we got a hoacher. Oh.
That's Brad's cat. Say happy Valentine's Day. Oh, can we get a good view of your face? Oh, you've got the prettiest little face. No, we can't. Her tail is hooked.
Wait. Okay. I was worried that she'd ruin the microphone. Anyway, well, if your waifu didn't make the cut of this video, check out our previous video where we went over cute monsters, because any waifus that are considered to be more on the lolly end, I put in that video. So, and if your waifu didn't make either video, let us know what your Yu-Gi-Oh waifu is down in the comments below. And also let us know if you want to see her again, if you want to see more of these. And yeah, like and subscribe. So
I think that's a very good idea.
oh my god. Alright. Anyway, we'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yep, happy Valentine's Day. If you have a significant other, let them know how much you appreciate them. Oh. Anyway, bye.
Bye.
What? Oh, you're just being quiet. Just kind of like...
Broken. Gonna fix you.
Right.